the BLON BL03. Probably one of the nicer graphs that I've ever done since I got my compliant mic. One of the only ones better that I saw was the QDC Anole VX, because it's showing me what I love. Some people ask me questions. This bass is dropping properly. Its termination of the fundamental is 330. Why is that important? Because people that do studio mixing have a couple simple rules. One is you cut narrow and boost wide. That's a simple rule, doesn't always apply, but it's a rule that they use. It's like a rule of thumb. They also have another little psychoacoustic trick that they do is at 330 they'll do a little notch. Of course a narrow, because you cut narrow. And that gives the psychoacoustic illusion that there's space between the bassist and the kick drum, for example. Two instruments that are occupying the same frequency range at the exact same time. How do you give that a sense of like not being smudging over each other or masking each other? They actually do a notch. And it works. They believe it. They've been doing it for years. So this bass is perfect for them because it's already where it's supposed to be before you would manipulate. You don't even have to. But it's typical of what they would use to work with. The bass is elevated, so it's giving you a good sound. Do you want to increase the perception of the mids even more? This would be a perfect set to do that with. 1K is typically where you'll start to see a rise. Ideally, it won't be too much of a rise. This is actually a gradual slope. It gets to 2K. It continues past 4K. Now, if you've got a treble plateau that starts to drop at 4K, you're going to get what somebody mentioned yesterday in the community section, which is a hollow treble. That's a kind of a good term because you don't want your treble dropping off at 4. 5.5? Okay. And actually, it's not really dropping off. It's just at the 8K, I got it hard barred because my personal sensitive spot is slightly recessed. And then there's post 8K elevation to help with instruments like cymbals and to complete the sound of the crash. And on a tuning perspective, these are absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Why these are in you're going to have to change the cable, and it's absolutely worth it in my opinion. That's the graph for this set. And it's a better graph than the KXXS and the number 3 and Attention. It's kind of similar. But they put it in with a box that doesn't make any sense. Belief, let music burn, apathy, never give up. Annotation, music and drums. I'm sorry, dreams. Music and dreams or music and drums? I don't know which one. Why take something so nice and put it in an odd case? If this tuning was the KXXS and they put that at, let's say, $125, they would kill 1111. They kill it. There's enough people out there that know how to kind of read a graph to say, I probably like that. And then made by a company that's got a good reputation and made in something where nobody says you got to change the cable and nobody talks about any fit issues. Boom. But your mission, should you choose to take it, is get it for $30 to $40 and change the cable and tips. That's what you got to do to enjoy this at its full. Go look at reviews, and if they don't talk about the cable, they're full of shit. Seriously, if anybody said that these are awesome and there's no cons, don't ever trust them. These need a cable change. That's not really opinion. The cable will literally try to force this out of your ear, and with the stock tips, it's already not really securely fit. So if people are underselling the fact that this, yeah, you don't really need a new cable. Yeah, bullshit. You absolutely do. And for people who want to know about the sound, Black Sabbath sounds really good. These sound, hold on a second. Come on now. I don't know if you know Robert Palmer. It's called Sneaking South through the He is the blackest white dude that ever lived. This is old Robert Palmer. This is not Power Station stuff. This is called Sneaking Out to the Alley. Hey Hey Julia, Put On Your Sailing Shoes is like a triple. Sounds absolutely spectacular. Every little micro detail is coming through fine. I love it. I heard this before I changed the cable and tips, and I thought it sounded horrible. Change it. No More, No More, my go-to. Everything sounds perfect. Hi-hats sound great. Bass is great. Steven Tyler sounds good. The clarity of the pianos is fantastic. Stevie Ray Vaughan, electric guitar. Voodoo Child's Slight Return. This is a cover of a Jimi Hendrix track that he does pretty much identical, except the drummer doesn't strike the hi-hat like Hendrix's drummer does. That would be Hendrix version, and I think Stevie Ray Vaughan, he doesn't do that. That's like a little tip of the cap that we're being slightly different, but we're going to copy everything else, and Stevie totally kills it. And the harmonic chaos that is Stevie Ray Vaughan's guitar is played back on this like a boss. Absolutely fantastic. This is going to go in my top 5 with the V90, the Guide Ray, the Bonus IE, and this are going to be my top 5 right now. If I missed anything, I'm looking at it right there. The Guide Ray is definitely going in there. The Bonus is back there. 1, 2, 3. Still thinking. Anyway, this is probably number 1 or 2. This is awesome. Hopefully they do. Now, you think, I was one of the people that said the Tanstrom needed a longer nozzle, and at that time that was not really being highlighted. People just saying this is awesome. I come in with a video and I say, the nozzle, what's wrong with this thing? Now they're making one with a longer nozzle because ears, and that close to awesome. Why not do the whole deal? I mean, everything else was fine with that. And then you get another set tuned by the same person supposedly, and they do another garbage cable tips that are worthless on the set. So you did a really good job, Mr. Tuner dude. Go the last 2%, man, and make it an awesome experience without any caveats. If you are the same guy that did the Tanstrom, you again made something that needed to be said, this is awesome, but blah blah blah. How about make awesome without any buts? That would be a good like 3rd try. That was awesome. This is better. Next time, bam, no cable change. Tips are fine. Plug and play. You know what I mean? So I wrecked the BLON 03 and its bizarre box and its horrible cable. And tips, I can't even recall what they were like, but they're not on here. Because the sound is gorgeous. It's one of the best ever. And the people who were saying yesterday, oh, you're hyping that, I couldn't for the life of me figure out what the angle was. And they said clickbait, and I thought, well, that's legit, but I didn't think about that at the time that I did it. That I just had a mood like, God damn it, why can't these people who charge them $300 get this shit right? And I listened to the Bonus, and that sounded right, and it's $20, so I did that video. That was clickbait, legit, but you guys overestimate what my plans are. That wasn't even the video that was going to be done yesterday. It was going to be something else. These are awesome. They graph like a boss. Change the cable. You got tips if you're in this hobby at all. And you've got a set that's better than the set I wrecked yesterday. Don't feel bad because that set's really, really good. And it costs $20. And it's got a beater cable, and it's something you can stick in your pocket and then listen on the train and just be totally happy. I want to wreck this one. I wonder if they might. Who knows, man? I'm tempted to say, you know what, maybe the next version I could do. These companies sometimes don't look at it like we do. They're just like, okay, we're done with that project, we're going to do this. They they don't sometimes go back. So I would recommend not missing out on these, and then when they get discontinued, and then people start selling them for stupid prices on resale because you can't find them and they got a good rep, grab them now would probably be a good idea. That's the BLON BL03, and I'm out.